I got an idea though. These attack, this attacks, this attacks. And what we can do is Collector's Cage here. And then sacrifice this to get rid of their Patrick banner. Yeah. Hello there! Thank you for clicking on this video. I am still feeling a bit under the weather. You can even see I look a bit rough during the gameplay, which is why I wanted to play kind of like a fun deck. And I took the Selesnya Collector's Cage deck and added this fun little card, March of the World Ooze. It's a 6 mana enchantment, 3 and 3 green. Says creatures you control have base power and toughness 6/6 and are oozes in addition to their other types. Whenever an opponent casts a spell, if it's not their turn, you create a 3/3 green elephant creature token. So to be honest, that last part doesn't come into play much at all. So what we're trying to do is put the March of the World Ooze underneath Collector's Cage, and then when we activate it mid-combat phase, we surprise our opponent by turning all of our creatures from like little 2/1s and 1/1s into 6/6 trampling monsters. And no, the enchantment doesn't give your creatures trampling, but we have Paw Patch Recruit, which has trample. And then Sandstorm Salvager gives token creatures +1/+1 counters. And we make token creatures using Sanguine Evangelist and Paw Patch Recruit. Also, Bright Glass Gear Hulk is in here, and this card has trample as well. Speaking of Bright Glass Gear Hulk, this is another new card. 4 mana, 2 green, 2 white for a 4/4 artifact creature construct. It has First Strike, Trample, and when this creature enters, you may search your library for up to 2 artifact, creature, and/or enchantment cards with mana value 1 or less, reveal them, put them into your hand, then shuffle. So when you play this card, you get to tutor up any 1 mana artifact, creature, or enchantment, which is why there's a lot of 1-ofs in here. To go over them, we have Dusk Rose Reliquary for emergency removal, Nurturing Pixie if you want to reset your Collector's Cage or just replay your Gear Hulk, Haywire Might to remove any troublesome artifacts or enchantments as long as they're not creatures, Ghost Vacuum to deal with any graveyard decks, reanimation or otherwise. And I put in 1 Market Back Walker in here. I thought it'd be kind of fun to test this card out as well. This is a new card that costs double X, and this creature enters with X +1/+1 counters on it. Pay 4, put a +1/+1 counter on this creature. When this creature dies, draw a card for each +1/+1 counter on it. Honestly, this creature never really came up during the games, so didn't really get to test it out. As for the cards we want to put underneath Collector's Cage. Oh, and for anybody who's not familiar with this card, it's a 2 mana artifact that has Hideaway 5, which is when this permanent enters the battlefield, look at the top 5 cards of your library, exile 1 face down, then put the rest on the bottom in a random order. And then for 1 in a tap, you put a +1/+1 counter on target creature you control. Then if you control 3 or more creatures with different powers, you may play the exiled card without paying its mana cost. So basically, you get to play whatever card for free as long as you have 3 different powered creatures, which is why we're playing a lot of creatures that create token creatures, is so that we can get to 3 creatures as quickly as possible. So Paw Patch Recruit kind of counts as a 3 mana creature because of the offspring cost. And so you have all these creatures you want to play on turn 3. Well, if you have Land of War Elves down on turn 1, you can play all these on turn 2. And that's how you speed up the game. And then on turn 3, you play Collector's Cage and activate it, and you can get whatever that's underneath it. So what you want is you want either Bright Glass Gearhawk down there, you want Virtue of Loyalty, Overlord of the Mistmoors is your typical target in this deck. But as you can see, instead of 4, I'm playing only 2, so that I can play 2 March of the World Ooze. Now you might be thinking, why am I only playing 2 if that's like the finisher, right? I want to have as many chances to put this underneath the Collector's Cage. Well, if I have too many of them, unlike the Overlord of the Mistmoors, this one becomes a dead card too often. We are running 24 lands, I think. Let me double check. Yep. So 24 lands is, I think, just the right amount to get at least to 4 mana. So getting to 6 mana is pretty tough. So being able to play like hard cast March of the World Ooze is not going to happen too often. So you don't really want to draw into this. Also, it's a mythic, and I didn't want to spend 4 mythic wildcards on March of the World Ooze, so there's that as well. Anyways, that's the deck in a nutshell. I'm going to be upfront right now, because I'm only playing 2 copies of the World Ooze. It was being a bit shy today, so you're not going to see it in majority of the games, but I did keep playing until I finally had a game where I could showcase how broken this card can be in the right situation. And so yeah, stick around for that, and then I'll have some final thoughts at the end of the video. So without any further ado, let's just get to the games. This is not the best opening hand. We don't really have a play till turn 3. I mean, we can play Collector's Cage on turn 2, but that's not really how you want to go about this game. But well, maybe on the play it's all right. Let's think of this as an experiment. Is a turn 3 too slow? Turn 3 play too slow for standard right now against Dimir? Could be. But if they're going to bounce my Collector's Cage, that's not entirely that bad. Especially since our hits were really bad. I guess we'll just go with the Evangelist. Next turn, we'll play the Salvager. Okay, opponent plays another tap land. Giving us some time to play out our creature. Assuming they're gonna... Oh, they're gonna cut it down. Okay. So this might be a slightly different Dimir than what I'm thinking of. Alright, so we're gonna attack in. We're drawing all the Overlords instead of putting it under our cage. I'll go ahead and do this. They might have a counter for it. Like I said, this, yeah. So this is a bit more of a control type of Dimir and not a bounce type, I guess. Alright. We'll attack in again. Endearing Curiosity. Okay. Do they block? They do. Alright. I guess we'll have to take that trade. Well, we can play the Miss Moors now instead of... I was thinking going Llanowar Elves into Sandstorm Salvager. But I think this is a better chance to impede the Overlord. Okay, opponent plays Sleight of Hand. I'm still not sure what kind of deck I'm against. Dimir, I guess... The old school Dimir. Play out the Sandstorm Salvager. They play Cut Down. Okay. And then next, we attack all in. I guess what we should have done was put a counter. It's alright. Then we'll play out Llanowar Elves. We can't really get the Collector's Cage to activate anymore. No Infliction. Okay. So it's a very removal heavy Dimir. Alright. I'm going to attack in with my flyers. And if the opponent doesn't make any move, I'm not going to Fairy Mastermind. Okay. And I guess I'll put the counter on whichever one they don't block. Well, they don't block with any of them. Or they don't block any of them, so we're just going to go in like that. gonna play another Land of War Elves. And then Sheltered by Ghost on... well, I guess the Land of War Elf. I think they have a Kaido in hand, which is why I'm taking that instead of like Enduring Curiosity. And end the turn. We're going to have an Overlord here soon. Thinks of the Forgotten Lore. Flash, flying. Whenever this creature attacks, target instant or sorcery card in your graveyard gains flashback. Okay. Not really the card I had in mind. Duress. Sure. Doesn't hit anything. Alright. And let's see what the opponent grabs. Okay. Well, I'm gonna go 2-1. Alright, so I'm gonna go like this. Get the Sanguine Evangelist. Okay, they go for... yeah, maybe I timed that wrong. I was supposed to wait till they targeted, but that's alright. They draw a card. Let's see. And then... yeah, I guess we'll go like this. Take action. At this point, might be like this. Something aggressive and a way to get Collector's Cage back. Then, I guess it's an all-out attack. They might have removal. Okay. So they have a surprise blocker. They're at 9. So 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, yeah, this is just lethal. Yeah, I guess I'll go right there. Alright, so didn't really get to see any of the new cards. Well, I guess we saw the Gear Hulk, but didn't really utilize it. That's alright. That went well. A little bit confusing, but it went well. Alright, on the play with kind of an unkeepable hand. I mean, we got turn 1 Paul Patch Recruit. But then, and then it's just 2 turns of nothing until we get Bright Glass Gear Hulk. Is Bright Glass Gear Hulk enough to win games? Let's find out. At least we have the lands for it. Usually you don't want turn 1 Paul Patch Recruit. You want to play Land of War Elves turn 1, and then turn 2 you can offspring this, but I think we're up against either goblins or pirates. Usually don't see this creature in a goblins deck, so I'm assuming it's pirates. So no attacks. Unfortunately, we don't have another play until turn 3. We play another Reckless Lackey. And nothing. Okay. In that case, I will play the Sandstorm Salvenger. And no attacks. We can actually Collector's Cage next turn. Or just go for the Gear Hulk. So what are they named? Goblins. So it is a Goblins deck. Against goblins, I guess we'll do this. Take action. We want more Paul Patch. You want to mark it back at all? And I think it's the Pixie, so that next turn we can play Collector's Cage and activate it, and then get it back to Pixie. Oof. That's such a good card. I will block that. Alright, so let's see what we got. Yeah. Overlord of the Mistmoors. Overlord of the Mistmoors is good. Let's see, if we attack in with the Gear Hulk and put a counter on it, I think, yeah, why not? Or we could just play out the Paul Patch Recruit. Oh no, then we can't activate the Collector's Cage. I'm going to be a little bit aggressive here. See if they block. They do not. Well, I'm activating it anyway. We're getting Overlord of the Mistmoors. Next. And I'm actually going to end the turn and hold up Sandstorm Salvenger's ability, and we can put +1/+1 counters on all of our tokens. Ooh. But the opponent does have a pretty good attack. Alright. Here I'm going to go... I think... Am I just taking 9 here? I think I am. Well, wait, this one... Actually, we can just do this. This. And this. Right? And then 3 blocks. Activate ability. Ooh, another Collector's Cage. Alright, so Pixie. Get the cage back. Play the cage. Dang. No hits. No hits this time. Alright. I got an idea though. Next. These attack. This attacks. This attacks. So that's 6 in the air. 5 trampling. 5. Yeah. 4 attacks. We're getting some blockers. Alright, so we got 2, 3, and what we can do is Collector's Cage, I guess here, and then sacrifice this to get rid of their Patrick Banner. Yeah, and then what would have happened is it would have shrunk down their creatures, and we would have gotten in for lethal, I think. Right? Because this is the only one they blocked. So that's 6, 12. Yeah. And then 12. So I needed just 3 more to go through. 4, 6, 2. So they would have been at 1. Alright. Hoping to have a game where we actually get to see the... what's it called? The World Ooze? March of the World Ooze. We don't want to see it in our opening hand, though. That's for sure. We're gonna have to mulligan this. Can we keep a one-lander? I'm gonna try. We got Land of War Elves. We just need to draw one untapped land. Just one untapped land, and then the world is our oyster. Please don't kill my Land of War Elves. Optimistic Scavenger. Oh, we did it. And then we just do this. And now if they target one of our creatures, we can pump up some other creature. Ooh, this is no way to run. Okay. I'm gonna do that. So they're playing Orzhov instead of or maybe this is probably Esper, right? Drew land, so yeah, I guess we'll do this. Esper, so we want more of the recruits. And I guess the Haywire might is good to have in hand. And then we'll attack in with the 3/3. If they don't remove our Gear Hulk, we could vamp. Eh? Okay, not what I thought it was at all. And since we got the cage, might as well play that now, right? I don't think there's anything they can do for 1 white mana. No World Ooze, but I guess we'll take the Overlord. I guess we attack in with the Gear Hulk. We'll be aggressive. Go ahead, play this out now. Just for extra damage. There's no reason for me to do that like all instant speed. I guess I could have done that before attack, but I don't know. We'll end the turn. And hopefully they don't have some crazy sweeper. Doesn't seem like they're a control deck, so I don't think they have good attacks in. Shardmage Rescue, okay. I guess they're trying to make a big blocker. Another one, okay. Alright, we drew another land. That's good. I'm gonna do this. Get the collector cage back. Come on, World Ooze. World Ooze. Dang. Dusk Rose Reliquary. I guess we could just go for that. We can go for Dusk Rose Reliquary and yeah. And next, and I guess we could even attack in with the Wolfpatch Recruit. I don't know. 5 attacks. Next, how do they block? I don't know, maybe I should have got rid of the creature before blocks, but Alright, if I pump this up, we got a 1, a 2, yeah, should be good. And pump this guy up. We'll sacrifice one of the flyers. And then we'll get the new blood. Yeah. Okay. I know I'm a bit slow with this deck. I'm not, I didn't practice as much as I should have, but, yeah, it's working pretty well so far. Alright, on the play, I hate having the March of the World Ooze in my opening hand, but that turn 1 Land of War Elves into turn 2 Evangelist might be pretty good. Yeah, I'm gonna keep this. Turn 2 Evangelist, turn 3 Bright Glass Gear Hulk, maybe? If we don't have a tap land. Yep. Okay. Never mind. These don't tap for white mana. So one thing to remember is if you have a bunch of Verge and no basic lands, they only tap for one color, not both. I should have known that, but kind of screwed myself there. Alright. Life gain, and they dump the Starscape Cleric, so they're the Raise the Past version. I'm just going to do this for now. Go wide. Unfortunately, we can't cast the Gear Hulk either because we only have 1 white mana. I'm going to attack in. If they block with Amalia... Yeah, I was going to say, if they block with Amalia, they have no way to surveil. Or, I guess it's not surveil, but explore. Deep Cavern Bat? Oh, no. They might take our Evangelist, because it creates a flying blocker. But they might take the Gear Hulk instead. Right? Because you think that I'm going to play the Gear Hulk and get Graveyard Hate? Which, if I draw white mana, it's exactly what I'm going to do. So what do they do? What do they do? They take the Gear Hulk. Okay. Unfortunate. Alright, we did get the white mana. We're only 1 away from playing March of the World Ooze. Then this. And then... I guess we're still attacking in with this 3/3. And the turn. We have a Sandstorm Salvager up, so we can block with our bat and have it survive. Typically, these decks don't have any ways to target opponent's creatures, so I'm not too... well, I mean, I don't think we're gonna get the Paul Patch Recruit triggering anytime soon. We'll go with 1 block, activate ability. And, oh man, this is... not good. Alright. Okay, let's see, what's this do? Comes a... Whenever you attacks other creature, you get +1/+1 to end the turn. Alright. First thing is just one attack. Assuming they have the they have raised the past. Maybe I should have saved the activation for, or save the mana so I could play Overlord instead of activating, but I think we lost this one. If they have, yeah, if they have it. Well, I guess I only have 4 creatures coming back. How many triggers? 4, that's 8 triggers. 8 triggers, Starclate 8. So we take 8 damage. So we take 3 damage. And back up to 21. Be a nice time to find our cage. Come on, cage. Down to 9. No cage. I think we lost this one. 8. No attacks. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, if they have another raise the past, I'm pretty sure we're dead. It's not a raise the past. But how much? They still have 4 mana, so they could still have a raise the past. Alright. Well, it's only fitting that I lose to this deck, which I said was better than the other, the sacrifice deck. So, there you have it. We lost to the life game version of Raise the Past. On the draw... Yeah, not having a turn 1 or turn 2 play kind of sucks. Mulligan into... This is better. We can, do we keep the... I think we actually do this, because we can play this turn 1 and turn 3. Turn 2, if we have to use Sheltered by Ghost, we can use it on the Paul Patch. If not, we can just go Collector's Cage. So I think this is where we go. Turn 1, Paul Patch Recruit. Though, against Golgari... Ooh, okay, so... This version of Golgari may not have a lot of removal. I think this is Insidious Roots. Yeah, Molt Tender. Into Molt Tender. Okay. One is already down to 2 cards. I don't think we shelter quite yet. We do need a 3rd land, though. And we don't hit very well. Oh, Ghost Vacuum is very nice against this deck. No attacks. Well, it can be. Like I said, we have to get rid of their... Brawler, okay. So, they don't have any creatures in the graveyard yet. and land, and Ketramos. Okay, so they don't get anything into the land. We need to draw. We definitely need to draw land. Okay, Dredger's Insight. Mills 2 Line of War Elves. They still don't have a, what's it called? Back in. Alright. So, in this case, what do we do? I think we kill Tyvar. They play out Line of War Elves, Dredger's Insight. They have one more land, or one more creature in their graveyard. Well, 2 more with Ketramos. Gain. Do we... These are the games, I mean, my ranking enjoys this, but I kind of wish opponent was a little bit more patient, because there's a lot going on here, man. I could go Sheltered by Ghosts and get rid of their Dredger's Insight. I could save it for their Roots instead, but I don't even know if they're playing Roots. They could be just the Exile combo. I don't know if it's considered a combo, but yeah, I don't know what they were playing. I could also have just put a +1/+1 counter on the Paul Patch Recruit and killed Tyvar that way. Anyways, a win's a win, I guess. This is good because we have turn 1 Line of War Elves. It just sucks that we are on the draw instead of on the play. We will go with turn 2 Salvager. Whoops, that is not land. Okay, that works. I thought maybe it would get countered. They have blue, white. So what are we up against? Moment of Truth. Is this another Oculus deck? They're both plain lands. Okay. No, so this is probably that combo deck, I think. Not the Oculus deck. So they're trying to get that enchantment into the graveyard and then cast it. I hate this deck. I always lose against it, but how aggressive can I get? Yeah, I guess pretty aggressive. We just have a bunch of 3 drops. Our draws have been really bad this past couple games. Sure. So do we just play another Sandstorm Salvager? And they might have the counter. Usually they just save all the counter for the turn that they can reanimate. Get lost, okay. Just having a bunch of 1/1s, no cage, no threats. This is as bad as it can get. Opponent charts a course. And if they have the if they have it next turn, then we're kinda screwed. We don't have anywhere near enough damage to even threaten lethal. We have 2 white mana up. Just get 3 damage in. Okay, so it doesn't seem like they have anything. I guess we could have gone for the Mistmoors there, but Haughty Jin. Wait, so is this... So this isn't the combo deck? This is a reanimation deck. Okay. Okay, so not the deck I thought it was at all. could use... I was gonna say, I could use some... better threats. I don't think they have... They don't have the Oculus. In fact, they don't have any creatures other than the Picklock Prankster to reanimate. So I'm assuming they're just going to go for more draw. Are they going to bounce my Overlord? Oh no, they have a Get Lost. They can just Get Lost my Overlord. But they don't go for it. Okay. They go for Moment of Truth, and what do they find? Land into the graveyard. Pass. I assume they attack in. Alright. They make the 8/8. We really need, what's it called? Like this. Like this. 4 blocks. Do they remove one of my tokens? What happens here? Yeah, right. That's 2, 4, 5, 5. Yep. Okay. Ability. Oh. Alright, so we do this. Next. Opponent has something. Attack in. Do this. We don't need another salvager. I think we end the turn. We can use one of these salvagers as a blocker and hold up Sheltered by Ghosts and activate the other one in the turn. Or we can use the Evangelist as a blocker too, if we want. Though I guess we could have played Sheltered by Ghosts, and maybe if they removed whatever creature we target. Enduring Curiosity. That's not as bad. Okay. I'm assuming they attack all in. Yep. A block here. A block here. Okay. Then activate ability. So they don't have any instant, it seems like. They do have a charter course. Play land. Then what? Open hand, gets Haughty Djinn. They have one card left. Is it removal? If it's removal, oh no, it's another reanimation spell, right? Because they're looking at what they could reanimate. So this is like a no Oculus reanimation deck? Are they trying to get Kiora back? Oh, it is an Oculus. Okay. Alright. They empty their hand. We got land. We make another flyer. We're just gonna do this. Here. Exactly 2 mana. Next. Do we activate now? I mean, might as well, I guess. Opponent's down to 6. Moment of truth. Well, hopefully they don't find an answer. Hopefully they don't find another Oculus. Body Jin. Okay. I think they have to stay back, right? They can't afford to attack in. Really? I'll take 10. Right? Because that leaves them 3 blockers. So if they block, that's still a lot. So yeah. Oh, right. They do draw a card, though. I guess Ghost Vacuum's good. Alright. 3 blockers. If they block... They can only block 1 flyer, so it's probably going to be the 5/4. But I can give them all trample. That's 6 in the air. If the face down card... If they have another removal, they block Evangelist and... So that's 3. No, I think we're good. Right? And just in case, I think we can afford to do this. Sure. Restless Prairie maybe would have been a better idea, actually, now that I think about it. But all attack, except for this. 6 attacks. And then... Next. Yep. And the ability. Next. Yeah. Alright, so lethal. I didn't think I was gonna win that one, honestly. Wasn't sure what I was up against, and yeah, I'm gonna try and see if I can get a game in with the Ooze. All right, on the play with, you know, it's a keepable hand. This will start with a tap land. Turn 2, Paul Patch Recruit isn't exactly the greatest, but I guess we can go into Cage. Again, it's typically not the turn 2 play, but we got the March under there. I didn't even look at what other cards we had. We're up against, discard. Now the question is, will they oh, they play Rona. Okay. I'm not familiar with this version of the deck. Sandstorm Salvager or Pole Patch Recruit. I guess Pole Patch Recruit, they're playing red, so they may have targeted removal. And then we'll play Sandstorm Salvager, and if we get untapped land, we can actually get the Collector's Cage to go off. So honestly, I don't know if we want it to go off next turn anyway. Opponent plays Kiora. So one of the things we could do is just play a 1-mana Pole Patch Recruit and Sheltered by Ghosts next turn. Okay, Kiora. They discard 2 cards, right? So the Shark's gonna get pretty decently big. Just not gonna go for any blocks here. Alright. Not what we wanted. Yeah, I think it's the 1-mana Pole Patch Recruit. Then Sheltered by Ghost onto this guy. On the Mako. No attacks. Next turn, we have to grow the Pole Patch with the Sheltered by Ghost if we want to grow our creatures. Okay, opponent draws and discards and makes a treasure token and plays Kitsa Autoball Fleet. We get a tap land. So let me think here. If I put the Shelter... Well, I could just put the Shelter by Ghost onto the one that already has a Shelter by Ghost, right? So... if we do this... Kitsa, what's it do? Draw. Okay. Get rid of Kiora. Then I'll attack. And then put it right there. March of the World Ooze makes all of them 6/6s. And then the last one, yeah. Is that lethal? Not quite. Now the question is, do they have a way to wipe the board? No, they do not. So, boom, there you go. I finally got it. That is how you surprise an opponent with March of the World Ooze. Alright, finally got March of the World Ooze down and it did its thing. So, in conclusion, what do I think? Well, it's a lot of fun. I don't know if I could recommend March of the World Ooze in a competitive sense, but if you're just trying to have fun, I think, and you have the wild cards, you go for it. But, for me, I don't think I'm going to spend the mythic wild cards on more copies of this. I think 2 is enough. You're probably not going to see it as much, but you probably don't need it as much. You might even want to go up on Overlord of the Mistmoors to like 3 copies and 2 copies, and maybe go down on Market Back Walker or something like that. But overall, Bright Glass Gear Hulk I think is the shining star from the new cards added to this deck. And I'm pretty sure there's other decks that you can use Bright Glass Gear Hulk in that will be much better. And I'm going to keep this conclusion short because, like I said, I'm still not 100%, and for some reason today I'm having a really hard time coming up with words I want to say. So just real quick, I feel like this deck is missing a lot of early creatures or play. You have turn 1 Llanowar Elves, and that's pretty much it. You don't really want to play Paw Patch Recruit turn 1, and everything else is like a turn 3 play, if you don't have Llanowar Elves, that is. So I was looking at other lists, and one list had Seraphic Steed in there. So maybe this is a good addition for like if you don't have the Llanowar Elves in hand, then at least you'll have a turn 2 play that's not just play Collector's Cage and do nothing. There was also a Bant version that was playing Mockingbird. That's an interesting idea. Parting Gust as removal, Lava Spur Boots and Shard Mage Rescue as other targets for the Bright Glass Gearhulk, along with Goldvein Hydra instead of maybe Marketback Walker. Either way, these are all great ideas, and what I wanted to say with all that is that I feel like this is a deck that hasn't been solved yet. There's a lot of options, especially with the addition of Bright Glass Gearhulk. So I'm kind of excited to see where this deck goes. And yeah, probably not going to see too many copies of March of the World Ooze in any competitive sense, but it's fun. It was a lot of fun. Anyways, if you stuck around this long, I greatly appreciate it. Thank you very much, and I hope you have a wonderful day. Remember to have fun playing Magic, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care.